Hello students, welcome to Siddhapur Mathematics Academy. So how you are doing? So don't practice the by heart the mathematics. Just enjoy it. If you understand the concept, so really you will enjoy the mathematics. And mathematics is a subject to understand the concept. So easily you can solve the examples. If you practice, if you solve more examples, you will be familiar with the concepts. Correct or not? And don't be serious, just enjoy your student life. Again you will not get back this age, this student life. So enjoy. With enjoyment only, if you study, then only you can score. Otherwise only if you are serious, and if you take a book in front of you without any masti everything. So just enjoy your student life. With enjoyment only, if you study, then you will feel very comfort. So in the last class we started with the integrals in by by parts. In that I started the exercise 7.6, and in the last class I gave two questions as a homework. These questions, when as I told you in the problem, if you saw e raised to x, remember you are remembering e raised to x in the bracket f of x plus f dash of x. That means two terms, and in between two terms middle plus. But here we don't have like that. But I gave an important hint how to solve these type of examples in the last class, and I solved one example also. See, first I will solve these homework questions. Integration of x square plus 1 upon x plus 1 whole square into e raised to x into dx. First I will rearrange this. See, I am writing like that. X square plus 1 upon x plus 1 whole square into dx. And I gave, for these type of examples, I gave a important hint. See, in the denominator we have x plus 1 whole square. Try to get minimum one term of x plus 1 in the numerator. That is left with the students how they are rearranging. See here, e raised to x. X square plus 1 I am writing as x square minus 1 plus 2. Correct or not? So minus 1 plus 2 is plus 1. And now the students will ask, where you told you have to get the term x plus 1 in the numerator, at least one term, and you are asking where it is. See, x square minus 1 is written as x minus 1 and x plus 1. Correct? A square minus b square. You get one term of x plus 1 or what? Yes. Separate the denominator. X square minus 1 x plus 1 whole square plus 2 upon x plus 1 whole square. Now here the numerator is splitting as in the form of a minus 1 a plus 1. One term is cancelled with this term. Write down the remaining terms. We have e raised to x in the bracket x minus 1 upon x plus 1 plus 2 upon x plus 1 whole square into dx. And if you are thorough in the differentiation, see, if you take f of x as a x minus 1 upon x plus 1, see what is its differentiation? It is the u by v method. X plus 1 into 1 minus x minus 1 into 1 divided by x plus 1 whole square. Remove the bracket. X plus 1 minus x, taking minus inside. It is x plus 1 whole square. See, plus x minus x get cancelled. So what is remaining? 2 upon x plus 1 whole square is remaining. Is it the second term or what? Yes. F of x is x minus 1 upon x plus 1. F dash of x is 2 upon x plus 1 whole square. Now which formula we are remembering? We are remembering e raised to x in the bracket f of x plus f dash of x. We are remembering this formula, and our answer is e raised to x into f of x. Here f of x is x minus 1 upon x plus 1 plus c. See, is it simple or what? Yes. Moving to the next homework question. integration of x minus 3 bracket complete e raised to x divided by x minus 1 whole cube into dx. So again the same concept, whatever we have in the denominator, write down at least one term of that denominator. Before that I am rearranging this. Now e raised to x, see x minus 3 I am writing as x minus 1 minus 2 divided by x minus 1 whole cube into dx. Now it is e raised to x in the bracket x minus 1 upon x minus 1 whole cube, taking denominator separately, minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole cube into dx. Out of 3 term, 1 term is cancelled here. E raised to x in the bracket 1 upon x minus 1 whole square minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole cube into dx. See, if you take f of x as 1 upon x minus 1 whole square, this will be written as x minus 1 raised to minus 2. This is f of x. When you differentiate, first we have to differentiate the power. 2 into x minus 1 raised to x minus 2 minus 1. So I will write that step also. Minus 2 minus 1. It is minus 2 upon x minus 1 whole cube. It is minus 3. Minus 3 comes in the denominator. It becomes plus 3. That means this formula, example is in the form of e raised to x in the bracket f of x plus f dash of x. And your answer is e raised to x into f of x plus c. So here the answer is e raised to x into 1 upon x minus 1 whole square plus c. So it is very easy if you know the concept. Otherwise simply will take the tension and you are fighting, you are taking a tension how to rearrange that. So if you know the concept, easily you can solve. Now I am giving you two important formula. They are not in 7.6 but they are related with 7.6, and as I told you, I am giving you two important examples. They are very important for your theory and as well as CET. But more than theory, they are important for CET and for your higher classes. So what is that example then? The examples are e raised to ax into sin bx. See here, when we are doing by parts, I told you we have to apply isolate, one thing. Another thing, I told one more condition. After differentiation of certain steps, some value gives you 0. For example, if you x square is there in the problem, what is the differentiation of x square? 2x. Differentiation of 2x is 2. Differentiation of 2 is 0. That means after 2-3 steps, it gives 0. But here, and that term we are taking as a first function. But in this example, when you differentiate e raised to ax, there is no end, because e raised to ax, it goes on continuing. Suppose if you take sin bx, differentiation of sin is cos, cos is sin, again sin is cos, like that. There is no end. That means out of these two terms, no one gives you the end. So here no need to apply isolate. No need to apply isolate. You can take the e raised to exponential as the first, sin bx as the second, or sin bx as the first, e raised to ax as the second. It depends on the student. Now I am writing the given problem as I. I is equal to e raised to ax into sin bx, and I am taking this as the equation 1. Now I am taking exponential as the first, trigonometric as the second. Keep the first function as it is. Integration of sin bx is minus cos bx by b minus integration sin minus cos bx by b. Differentiation of e raised to ax is a into e raised to ax. Then rearrange. It is minus e raised to ax into cos bx upon b, minus into minus plus a upon b. It is e raised to ax into cos bx. Here also we have to write same whatever we did in the first equation. Here in the first equation we took e raised to x as a first function, exponential as a first function. That's why, like in that way only we have to write. This is the first function and this is the second function. Again we have to apply by parts. Why? Because again we have a two terms containing x. E raised to ax into cos bx upon b plus a by b outside in the bracket. E raised to ax as it is, integration of cos bx is sin bx upon b, minus here sin bx upon b, differentiation of e raised to ax is e raised to ax into a dx. Remove the bracket. Minus e raised to ax into cos bx upon b plus a upon b square, e raised to ax into sin bx. Here plus into minus is minus. This a and this a, this b and this b. A square upon b square, integration of e raised to ax into sin bx. And students, observe this last integration. In this last one, see this integration is exactly similar to equation 1 or what? Yes. That means when you continue this, there is no end. That's why we are writing this as I. Left side we started with I. I is equal to minus e raised to ax into cos bx upon b plus a upon b square into e raised to ax into sin bx minus a square by b square. This trigonometric term, instead of that we are writing I. From 1 we wrote that. See, this integration and this integration are exactly same or what? Yes. Now take this I term on left side. I plus a square by b square into I is equal to e raised to ax into cos bx upon b plus a upon b square into e raised to ax into sin bx. Now take I common. One plus a square by b square is equal to e raised to ax into cos bx upon b plus a upon b square into e raised to ax into sin bx. Now when you are adding on the left side after taking a LCM, I in the bracket b square plus a square upon b square. Here, sorry, this is a minus, and I took e raised to ax common in the bracket minus cos bx upon b plus a upon b square into sin bx. Sorry, in the previous I forgot to write minus sign. Now here in between these two multiplication, when taking this bracket on the right side, that fraction changes to reverse. It is I is equal to b square upon a square plus b square. Instead of b square plus a square, I wrote a square plus b square, e raised to ax in the bracket minus cos bx upon b plus a upon b square sin bx. Now what I am doing in the next step? In the next step I took only b square inside the bracket. Each term I am multiplying with, middle plus is there, that's why each term is multiplying with b square. When each term is multiplied with b square, how will write? I is nothing but e raised to ax into sin bx is equal to e raised to ax upon a square plus b square. These two terms I kept as it is, and I took b square. When you multiply this term with b square, one b square is cancelled with this b, minus b into cos bx, and when you multiply with second term, b square is in the denominator, it gets cancels, only a is remaining, a into sin bx plus c. So this is the answer. For our convenience, just I am rearranging this. So e raised to ax into sin bx is e raised to ax upon a square plus b square. I wrote first positive term, a sin bx minus b cos bx plus c. So this is important formula, especially important for your CET. Why I am explaining here with one example. Here, if the example is like this, e raised to 3x sin 5x. Instead of applying all that steps, here what is a? A is 3, b is 5. So it is e raised to 3x upon 3 square 9, 5 square 25 in the bracket a. 3 into sin 5x minus 5 into cos 5x plus c. So just below that exam formula only I wrote the answer and add this 25 plus 9 is 34. E raised to 3x upon 34 and the remaining value. See, is it interesting or easy or what? Yes, this is very easy for your CET. I am giving you one more formula of the similar type. Now it is e raised to ax into cos bx. So I start with I only. E raised to ax into cos bx. And if the students want, they can interchange and they can verify the answer. This is the first function and this is the second function. First function as it is, integration of cos bx is sin bx by b minus integration sin bx by b a into e raised to ax into dx. It is e raised to ax sin bx by b minus a by b. Again write it in the standard form because whatever we took in the first one. This is the first function and this is the second function. E raised to ax into sin bx by b minus a by b in the bracket e raised to ax minus cos bx by b minus integration sin minus cos bx by b. It is a into e raised to ax into dx. Next, e raised to ax sin bx by b minus into minus plus a upon b square e raised to ax into cos bx minus minus minus. 3 minus means it is minus a by b and a by b. A square by b square e raised to ax and cos bx. See, is it I or what from equation 1? It is e raised to ax sin bx by b plus a by b square e raised to ax into cos bx minus a square by b square into I. This is from equation 1. Now rearrange that. I plus a square by b square into I is equal to e raised to ax into sin bx upon b plus a upon b square into e raised to ax into cos bx. I am adding the terms on the left side and on the right side e raised to ax common. I common and the same time I am adding a square plus b square by b square. Here e raised to ax common in the bracket. Sin bx by b plus a by b square into cos bx. Taking this bracket on that side, it is a fraction, it changes reverse. E raised to ax into b square upon a square, it become reverse. In the bracket, sin bx by b plus a by b square cos bx. Take b square inside. It is e raised to ax upon a square plus b square. When you multiply b square, it is b into sin bx plus a into cos bx. Write on the formula. Therefore, integration of e raised to ax into sin bx dx is equal to Again, as I told you how to apply, this is very important for your CET. This is e raised to ax upon a square plus b square b sin bx plus a cos bx plus c. Is it interesting or what? Yes. Moving to the next examples. Integration of e raised to x into sin x. Find e raised to x into sin x. So let us start as usual. Don't apply the formula because in the theory we have to solve it. In the CET directly you can write. Let I is equal to integration of e raised to x into sin x into dx. This is the first function and this is the second function. First function as it is, integration of sin x is minus cos x minus integration sin minus cos x, differentiation of e raised to x is e raised to x. It is minus e raised to x cos x plus e raised to x into cos x into dx. This is the first function and this is the second function. Minus e raised to x into cos x plus in the bracket e raised to x as it is, integration of cos x is sin x minus sin x, differentiation of e raised to x is e raised to x, and this integration is nothing but I from equation 1. First I remove cos x plus e raised to x sin x minus I from equation 1. Already on the left side we have a I, take minus I on this side. 2I is equal to minus e raised to x cos x plus e raised to x sin x. Then what is I? I is equal to, I took e raised to x common outside in the bracket, minus cos x plus sin x plus c. If you want you can verify with the formula because here a is 1 and b is also 1. Understood? And I is nothing but, in first write down, I is nothing but e raised to x into sin x. So the answer is e raised to x by 2 in the bracket minus cos x plus sin x plus c. Moving to the next example. E raised to 2x into sin x. E raised to 2x into sin x. Let us take this as I. I is equal to e raised to 2x into sin x into dx, equation 1. This is the first function and this is the second function. First function as it is, integration of sin x is minus cos x minus cos x into differentiation of e raised to 2x is 2 into e raised to 2x. It is minus e raised to 2x into cos x plus 2 e raised to 2x into cos x into dx. Again this is the first function and this is the second function. I is equal to minus e raised to 2x into cos x plus 2 in the bracket e raised to 2x as it is, integration of cos x is sin x minus sin x, differentiation of e raised to 2x is 2 into e raised to 2x. I is equal to minus e raised to 2x into cos x plus 2 into e raised to 2x into sin x. This 2 and this 2 becomes 4, minus 4 e raised to 2x into sin x. But what about this value? This value is I. So I is equal to, write down these two terms as it is, minus e raised to 2x into cos x plus 2 into e raised to 2x into sin x minus 4i from equation 1. Take minus 4i on this side. 5i e raised to 2x common in the bracket minus cos x plus 2 sin x. I plus 4i directly I wrote 5i. Therefore, I is equal to e raised to 2x divided by 5 in the bracket minus cos x plus 2 sin x plus c. Write on I. It is e raised to 2x into sin x dx is equal to e raised to 2x by 5 in the bracket minus cos x plus 2 sin x plus c. Moving to the next example. Question number 22 in 7.6. Sine inverse integration of sine inverse 2x upon 1 plus x square into dx. So here there are two methods. One is if you are familiar with inverse trigonometry, directly you can write. Otherwise, here I am writing x is equal to tan theta, and remember with integration I am doing a substitution. With integration, if you go for a substitution, we have to differentiate. Dx is equal to secant square theta into d theta. Sin inverse 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta dx is secant square theta into d theta. Sin inverse, this is sin 2 theta formula, it is secant square theta into d theta. Sin inverse and sin get cancels. 2 theta into secant square theta. 2 is a constant and here it is just like a x. X means algebraic. This is first function and this is second function. So theta as it is, integration of secant square theta is tan theta minus, I told you same term here, and differentiation of theta with respect to theta is 1. It is 2 theta into tan theta minus 2. What is remaining? Tan theta is remaining, and you are familiar with the integration of tan theta. It is 2 theta into tan theta minus 2 log of secant theta plus c. And remember, the problem is started in terms of x. We got the answer in terms of theta. So convert this. 2 into theta is what? Theta is tan inverse x. Tan inverse x. Tan theta is x minus 2 log. What is secant? Secant theta is root of 1 plus tan square theta, that is root of 1 plus x square. Root of 1 plus x square plus c, that is not whole square, only x square. 2x into tan inverse x minus 2 log of, this is written as 1 plus x square raised to half, and already you are familiar with log properties. It is in the form of log m raised to n, that half comes first. 2x into tan inverse x minus 2 into 1 by 2 log of 1 plus x square plus c. 2 get cancels. 2x into tan inverse x minus log of 1 plus x square plus c. Now we have a 2 multiple choice questions in this exercise. After that we have a 3 formula derivation after completing the exercise, but that example related with that formula, that exercise is deleted for your syllabus only for this year. Next, multiple choice questions. Question number 23, integration of x square into e raised to x cube dx equals, first one, 1 by 3 e raised to x cube plus c, 1 by 3 e raised to x square plus c, 1 by 2 e raised to x cube plus c, 1 by 2 e raised to x square plus c. I will write both the questions and I will explain that. Question number 24 is e raised to x in the bracket secant x in the bracket 1 plus tan x into dx equals a e raised to x into cos x, b e raised to x into secant x, c e raised to x into sin x, d e raised to x into tan x. See here, in the first one, already you are familiar. In this we are going for method of substitution. We are writing x cube is equal to t. Differentiation of x cube is 3x square into dx is dt. So x square into dx is what? Dt upon 3. That means x square into dx we are writing dt by 3, and in this it is e raised to t into dt by 3. 1 by 3 constant, integration of e raised to t is e raised to t. But what is the t? T is x cube. So it is 1 by 3 e raised to x cube. And the next one, see here, this will be written as e raised to x. Take secant x in the bracket. Secant x plus secant x into tan x. Differentiation of secant x is secant x into tan x. It is in the form of e raised to x f of x plus f dash of x. Answer is e raised to x into secant x plus c. So the second one is the answer. See, with this it completes integration by parts and exercise 7.6. In the next class I will give 3 important formula derivation. That examples related with that formula is related, but that questions are there.